All right, and anyway, with that, we are going to move on to this next match here. I think I'm just about ready here. Let me get that draft up. This will be, of course, the platinum
Tflameee
match.
versus Lazybear.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to this.
yeah, this is going to be good. We got ourselves the draft. Pretty good draft overall, I would say.
Well, Band's Ballroom into Band's Nothing is always interesting.
Yes. And then restricts Red Room and to restrict nothing. I like the declining is an interesting strategy because it just leaves one more venue open.
Indeed.
Because sometimes
Tflameee is looking really
yeah.
confident with no bans and no restricts.
Yeah. This, interestingly, this might be the first time I've seen a third picked venue get multiplied.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting to see if we, obviously we will get there because these matches are in fact 2-9, so we will certainly see that. We'll certainly see at least most of that, unless something crazy happens.
Indeed. But so, picks for Lazybear are KN, Modern, and Gallery. Picks for Tflameee are High Rise, Library, and Courtyard. Tflameee multiplies High Rise. Lazybear multiplies Gallery.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. All right. Anyway,
yeah, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see some interesting plays here, and I think I am ready to go. Let's see. Yep.
Well, if it's interesting plays you're looking for, Tayen is a good place to start. It's Lazybear on the spy side first versus Tflamee's Sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Back statues to start things off on a split shoji setup. So a pair of early inspects. Actually, just the single early inspect as we set it down after the one cycle. And into conversation we go with the seduction target. Not a close seduction target. It's pretty long range. In fact, the white test is only giving us 22%. So it's going to be interesting to see what we're able to do with that later on.
Yeah, pretty dead party for now. We should wait until it gets a bit more active.
Yeah, lots of movement, but very little activity at the mission pads. So it's just sort of hectic looking without actually being hectic. Ambassador has sort of given us that friendly little walk behind a couple of times in a row now, but we're in a little bit too exposed of a position to make anything of it. Green test on the second flirt brings up to 56%. So we're definitely going to need to get out and in before we take a third. 2 minutes left to play.
Yeah, we got to make a decision on what we have to do now to complete missions, because otherwise we are running out of time.
Able to find a fingerprint at the green bookcase, which should certainly help. This is also behind Shoji, so if we wanted to take a microfilm on the animation transfer, that would have been a decent moment for it. It looks like we're just going to be chasing our seduction target out to the back here to try to get this done in 3. Can he hit the green? He cannot. It's 90% on the flirt with 1 minute and 20 to play. It's a shot on Smallman. And Lazybear picks up game number 1 from the spy side off of another civilian shot. I think I've seen more civilian shots in today than I have most of the rest of the season.
Yeah, definitely a lot of stiff shots, but Smallman, to be fair, is always tricky on this venue.
True. He's always tricky on most venues, to be fair. He's just such a difficult man to get a read on because he's so good at hiding that it's very, very easy to give him credit for far more than he's actually done. Let's see if Tflameee is able to find a spy win of their own on Taeyen, or if Lazybear is going to be able to sweep the first venue in 3, 2, 1, playing it. All the way out back to start the game goes Tflameee, and it's a green time ad to open the festivities. Not a split shoji setup this time around. They're both on the statue side, which is going to give the sniper quite a bit more room to work.
Wow.
Slow start from Tflameee here, just sort of hanging out in this back conversation, waiting to see where the party lands, wait for a few more opportunities to come their way, really make use of that time ad early on.
Yeah, we pretty much wasted all the time that we've added before.
Gives the sniper a little bit of time to gather some suspects, though you'd normally like to see a little bit of progress on the flirt during that time. Tflameee did not seem particularly interested. Back out to the back window we go for yet another green time ad, adding even more time to this one. So they know they're taking this very slowly, and they know they're going to need a little bit more time to play. So they take the time ad before stepping into conversation with their seduction target at a distance this time around. So the first flirt is only going to net us 26% off on the white test. In conversation with the double agent as well, does wind up taking this contact.
Pretty good contact. Almost everyone is in conversation.
Yeah,
except for
quite a good
Ambassador
contact.
and SDA.
Unfortunately, there's been a number of lowlights for whether it be pathing or something more behavioral. It's hard to say. But Lazybear does seem to be getting some work done with this extra time. Seduction target steps away right as the cooldown expires, and we wanted to give chase for the flirt, but they went to the briefcase instead of the window, so we're not able to get anything there. Still 26% on the flirt and the contact done, and that's all the progress we have with 2 minutes to play.
Really slow start from Tflameee.
Yeah, and with this fake contact, I don't think he's actually trying to finish missions here. I think this is a full frame attempt.
Yeah, he probably wants to prompt a shot from Lazybear, but Lazybear not buying it.
Or is he? Shot comes off, and Lazybear, after having missed both the time ads, is finally forced to take a shot on someone who might have just finished missions and had not.
Yeah, wow, really surprised by the shot there. It seems almost no mission progress from Tflameee.
Well, from Tflameee, sure, but with an extra minute and a half on the clock, the one AI or another is going to have done enough activity to possibly have finished missions at some point. If you miss the time ads, it's not always easy to hold the trigger as the sniper. But we do come out tied at 1 out of the first venue. High Rise up next. 4 games here, I believe. Lazybear starting things off on the spy side with no print and no microfilm in 3, 2, 1, playing it. And it's out to the blue bookcase early on, specifically for the flirt. Unfortunately, it's a white test for 34%, but this is not currently a mission pad rather on this venue because again, no microfilm, no print.
Yeah, microfilm is off for this venue.
So for now, it's just going to be chasing down the seduction target, trying to get flirts while being inconspicuous about it, and hanging out on the other end of a conversation to your seduction target is certainly a way to do that. Does hit a green test on the second flirt, luckily, to bring us up to 67%, so one more close white will still be enough to finish that off, and the double agent is in conversation and available, so Lazybear decides to swap over to settle in to the double agents conversation instead. It's actually going to be a pretty early contact here. Not wasting any time. Still 2 minutes to play as the contact comes off.
I like early contacts.
Yeah, me too. It's not something snipers are that used to dealing with because spies often don't want to give away that kind of information early on in the game, but it can absolutely throw off a sniper's rhythm later on. Minute and 30 to play. We're going to need one more mission other than the flirt. So what's it going to be? Minute 15 to play. Seduction target does join our conversation, but it's all the way across, does hit the green, but we're too far away to get it done like that. 92% is where we stand. It's going to be the Purloin, the third mission. Does hit the green test on it as well, so that's a big start.
Really nice green test. Let's see if Tflameee is on top of it.
Well, lots of movement. Not really a lot of chain to work with, unless there were some crazy timings off of some of those folks. But now we're starting to get a chain and the time delay to work with, so Lazybear actually in a very good position here. Mission win is pending as the flirt is done. There's the take on the guest list. I think he got a pretty good look at it, but doesn't know what to do with it. Tflameee not really willing to take a shot on anybody. And Lazybear gets the second spy win of his match so far.
Yeah, probably Tflameee was on top of it. He just didn't know who to shoot.
Yeah, I do think he got a look at the list going away. Just didn't have enough of a handle on what was going on in that reject chain. And it wound up working out very well for Lazybear, who steps into the sniper side of High Rise up by 1 in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And we have General, which has the best walking bug of every character in a SpyParty. So let's see if we take advantage of it.
Best walking bug, sure, but big enough on broad enough shoulders, I suppose, that it's hard for him to slip into that pad next to his seduction target, and by the time he manages it, he's not able to get the flirt off early. So it's going to be a slower start from Tflameee than they were originally hoping for.
Interestingly, Purloin is off and Fingerprint is on for this game.
Indeed. So prints available, no transfer, no Purloin this time around, and out we go to the far right statues. Pair of inspects. So not a lot of progress, but it's certainly something. I'm concerned about our flirt with under 2 minutes to play now, and no flirt progress at all. As we step in here, we should be able to pick up our first one, but this is balcony territory now as far as flirt progress goes, which is quite concerning. Double Agent has dropped in to say hi, which certainly helps.
Yeah, probably a good time to contact here, since only 2 people outside of conversation.
Yep, looks like he was just waiting for the Duke to settle, and once he does, the contact comes off. Only lets off the one low light as well, which is very nice. Should be able to take this second flirt any moment now.
Really nice indeed, but now we are running low on time, so we need to make a decision here.
Yeah, seduction target steps away before we're able to get the flirt. So we step into a printable statue and take the print and the last inspect. So that's 2 missions done. And if we're not able to get the last flirt, we do have a way to bail out in the form of a fingerprint if there's any available. Do we hit the green test? We do hit the green test on the flirt. That's mission win countdown. I don't think Lazybear has any read on this, and Tflameee is going to find the mission completion. Lazybear does wind up taking a shot at the last moment, but it's not the right one, and we're tied at 2 on all spy wins once again.
Yeah, it says that the spy was finishing missions, but he didn't quite know which one was it.
Tied at 2, the current scoreline as we step out to Modern. Off to a bigger venue we go. Lazybear on the spy side first on the place with, I think, the longest walking paths in the game. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Actually, no. I think pubs, far conversation to inside statue is the longest walking path in the game. %33 off the first flirt. Tflameee is seeing something. I saw a quick little safety off flicker there. So something's going on that's not Lazybear.
A lot of activity at the bar, so it will be difficult to track Portland here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to eat up a lot of Tflamee's focus, trying to pay attention to all that shenaniganry back there. Lazybear hasn't done anything crazy to try to capitalize on it, but sometimes you don't need to. Just sort of let the sniper gather suspects on their own. Second flirt comes off green to bring us up to 84%, and into the bar goes Lazybear to start working on this purloin. Does take a delegate on his way out.
Let's see if he's able to frame someone with...
Well, sends the seduction target off on the delegate, so might be able to. Off into blue bookcase we go. I think there's probably a print here. Indeed there is. There's the purloin getting taken. I think we're still highlighting for Bar. I don't think he's quite realized that the list is gone yet.
Yeah, no reaction from the sniper.
Now we're starting to see some lowlights happen. Back into conversation we go with the seduction target. So this should be the flirt done. We've got 1 print. We've got contact still available. And we've got 1:40 to play.
Yeah, plenty of time here. I think the plan is now to get the other print and then contact.
Well, here's the other print off of the briefcase. All that's left to do is take the contact. And I don't know if Lazybear was ever really noticed at the bar in the back there. So we'll see what happens here. But this is going to be a difficult situation for Tflameee, I think. Suspected double agent is in conversation, and though Lazybear doesn't know that, this would be a little bit of a risk if he took this here.
Banana bread.
Does decide to.
Wow.
What's the reaction from Tflameee? I don't think they know which one is the real double agent at this point, and it's not going to matter because Lazybear finds the way through from the spy side, gets it done with Tflameee not yet willing to pull the trigger. Spy wins all the way down.
It's kind of risky to banana bread with only the double agent conversation, but this time it pays off.
It does indeed. So 3-2, the scoreline as Tflameee steps into the spy side versus Lazybear's sniper now. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Irish is a character that Irish is a character that has come up a lot.
They have
in these
indeed.
games.
That is a green test on the swap to open the game. This is a very unusual play. Usually if you take a swap early on, you hit a white to try to get it done before the sniper notices anything is amiss.
Kind of risky if the sniper notices early.
Risky indeed. We'll see what comes of it. There's the first flirt for 34%, and the person who got called to the swap. There's the swap complete. There's a print off the briefcase for Tflameee as well. What's the reaction to this? I don't think the statue swap has been noticed as of yet. They haven't really gotten a good look at that statue.
No, definitely not. Not yet, at least.
Second flirt, green test to bring us up to 85%. Now come the lowlights.
Now it's gonna be tricky because it comes down to 3 people.
And even with just hard tells to work with, this is a bit of a difficult situation. I don't think... Just soft tells to work with, rather. I don't think Tflameee can risk taking the last print here. I think that's probably a death sentence, so they just have to play... I don't know, the last statue visit might be a death sentence as well.
Yeah, probably the best thing is to wait a bit and then go for a statue, hoping that no one smudges it.
Yep. Definitely needs to get this flirt done, though doesn't need to rush with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play. So they're going to have good manners and wait for their talk. Stop talking immediately afterwards is interesting. So that's the flirt done, the swap done. We've got 2 inspects, we've got 1 print, and we have a lot of heat as one of 3 viable spy candidates at this point.
And we go to take the print on the statue.
The print on the statue and the inspect on the statue as well. That's all missions done. It's going to be a silent game to finish this off. I think Lazybear must have either missed the print off of the briefcase, or yeah, I think probably missed the print off the briefcase because it was kind of a sneaky one. And Tflameee is able to get it done again from the spy side, even with all that heat.
Yeah, really good game. Yeah, the briefcase was kind of hidden behind the people in conversation there.
So that is yet another venue in the books to bring us back to a tie game. It's been spies all the way down so far. Let's see if Tflameee is able to break that streak from the sniper side versus Lazybear's spy on Library in 3, 2, 1, playing it. very early time ad to open up the festivities.
And a green one as well.
That certainly helps. He had the drink in hand, so wasn't able to do anything as far as early bugs on the Ambassador on the way through, which is a shame because it was a nice Kane side opportunity. But we step into the blue bookcase, pick up 51% on the flirt, and we'll see what we do with this moving forward. This has been a fairly quick start from Lazybear. The time ad and the early flirt. Doesn't decide to do anything with the books, but it looks like we're just going to chase down the seduction target, or try to. Unfortunately, they bail on us right before we arrive.
Some STs don't like being flirted with.
Indeed. So we chase all the way back to the far conversation, and this time we should have a moment to actually get the flirt off. A white test brings up to 85%, and we do have plenty of time to timer flirt this with 4 minutes left to play, if we want it. Having that early time ad really takes the pressure off as far as the clock is concerned. Looks like we are going to try to just sit and wait for the timer flirt out on the far side. Seduction target once again isn't having it, but they don't step far enough away to dodge Lazybear for long. He gives chase to the bust and finishes the flirt before stepping out to the rest of the party to try to get more progress elsewhere. 3 minutes and 15 to play as we step into the yellow bookcase.
Yeah, direct transfer is always a good idea on library because hard to track.
Yeah, and gets a print off of it as well. So has visited 2 bookcases at this point, but hasn't done anything with the books at either. So no progress there. 1 print. In conversation now with the double agent looking for a contact, but lots of people out of conversations right now.
Yeah, it is probably a good idea to wait a bit for the contact here.
You can see Lazybear paying a lot of attention to where the AI is and what they're doing, paying a lot of attention to the Ambassador especially, but not able to get a whole lot of progress right now, and is now, even with that early time ad, pretty heavily behind the clock. 2 minutes left to play, and all they have is the flirt and a print.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but library is a really big venue.
It certainly is. It's thin, but it is long as heck. Wrong arm bug with the Ambassador actually gets him low lit, which is amazing.
Very, very interesting.
So, low lit for bug is new for me. That's what I've never seen before. Out into conversation with the double agents to try to find a time for a contact. But again, lots of people outside of conversations. Decides to take the bug anyways, go for the banana split to try to get credited for leaving the statues after the... That's actually a really nice play if you're not already low lit. Unfortunately, already low lit.
Really nice play, but now we have to take advantage of it and actually finish missions.
50 seconds to play. We need a print and something else. We could just go to center statues and inspect swap here, but I think Lazybear thinks there's a lot of heat on him rather than barely any.
Yeah, probably thinks he's a highlight rather than a low light.
Absolutely, especially if he... Tflameee did nothing to hide that Laser swinging over him after the bug actually gets caught taking the purloin, shot on the low light for the hardtail. That is a disaster situation for Lazybear.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely the Tflameee on top of it.
That's an impressive shot to take. It's very hard to be willing to pull the trigger on a low light, especially so quickly after a mission comes off. Well done to Tflameee to find that, and into the spy side they go to try to cement this lead from the spy side. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Immediately into center statue, takes the instant swap. It was a red test, but Lazybear immediately swung away after taking the highlight, so doesn't get punished for it. Are they going to be able to get all of these inspects? No, they're not. Sees the statue change, the shot comes off, and cement the lead they do.
Yeah, it was a smart choice to swap there, but unfortunately, maybe it was shot for the 3 cycles of statues.
Yeah.
That's hard to tell.
Man.
Yeah.
Spies all the way down for the first 3 venues, then 2 sniper wins, pretty much as close back to back as you're going to see.
Absolutely.
So, looking at the games, I think what has happened here is we had the draft get misreported because we're getting a multiplied library instead of the multiplied high rise we were expecting. So for those of you who are wondering where the heck the last 2 high-rise games went, they went to library. We're back again. Lazybear on the spy side, Tflameee on the sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Trying to chase down the seduction target. They're not making it easy. Actually winds up crowding us out of the pad. I don't think we're going to be able to get this flirt off, no matter how hard we try. This is one of the longest chases I've ever seen. Oh my god.
Yeah, definitely. Really, really unlucky here.
It winds up back at the bust again. This seduction target is not having it.
The ST is not having it right now.
Yeah. And winds up running all the way across the venue to the other side. Lazybear is just getting spurned badly right now. So is going to have to find some other bit of progress to find early on. An unusual step away from the conversation there into the side statue for a pair of inspects. Get highlight for statue tracking as well. So there's that. And Lazybear is finally able to track down the seduction target. Immediately bail on us. This is amazing. What is happening?
Really, really hard to flirt right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're going to put the book back, and we're going to wait and see what they do. 3 minutes to play, and all we've done is the statue visit so far. We are in conversation with this double agent, but it's pretty unambiguously a bad time for it.
Yeah, absolutely. But
what a crazy game this has been so far. 2 minutes and 30 to play, basically no progress. Seduction target drops in by way of an apology. We're able to capitalize on it on a green test for 51%, which is something, But this is a 5-mission venue, and we don't have anything yet. We have the 1 flirt and the 2 inspects, and no other progress.
Yeah, that means either a rush or that means a time ad.
We'll see what Lazybear decides to go for. Looks like they're waiting on the timer flirt here, trying to get this done in 2. I think if we got a reject out of pearls there, we would have taken the purloin to try to play on the chain, but didn't wind up happening. So instead, we wind up having to chase the seduction target all the way across the venue again. We take a timeout on the way over and hit a white test on it, and we wind up cross conversation instead of right next to. This is not a good situation. Does hit the green test, but...
Yeah, it makes sense to time ad.
%, on the flirt, 2 inspects, no other progress. Even with the time ad, we still only have 1 minute and 35 to play. We did get the purloin, though, on the green test, and we tried to bail. Toby chased us, so we turned around and bailed in the other direction. This seduction target is still juking the heck out of us. I don't know how this is happening.
Yeah, I understand the frustration, but probably chasing it is not the best idea.
There's the bug, double walking as the ambassador steps in behind us. That's a pretty big move. 1 minute to play. There's the flirt done. Getting the inspect swap to finish this is absolutely on the table with 1 minute to play.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Tflameee could be on top of the flirt pair with all the chasing we've done.
Absolutely could be. It's inspect swap time. Here's the end game. There's the inspect. Gets a look at the statues. Looks away right as the swap is about to happen. Gets a slight glimpse of the back of the feathers, but thought it was the hair. And as he steps away, now he gets a good look at the statue he wasn't able to pull the trigger for.
Yeah, just barely not able to shoot for that.
I did not realize how much like hair the top of that bird statue looked like. That's amazing. So another spy win comes forth. We've only had 2 sniper wins this whole set. Puts Lazybear back in the driver's seat from the sniper side of Library. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Another early hard chase on the seduction target. Bouncing through the crowds, but this time able to track them down at the window instead of getting bullied out of the first flirt. Unfortunately, only a white test to bring us to 34%. And out we go to statues, right into center statues, actually, for an early highlight and a lot of early suspicion.
We're not gonna be able to do 3 inspects.
I think we are. We were able to hit the green on the first one, even if we weren't on the second. So we were able to get the 3 inspects done on 2 cycles, even if it was tight. And into conversation we go with the seduction target, who steps away before the flirt finishes coming off. They might rejoin us here, though. Nope, they're heading to Windows instead. So Tflameee puts the book back with no progress to show for it. I don't think they're going to be able to get this flirt either. Actually, they do start reading at Windows, so that's going to work out better than expected. 65% on the flirt is just barely out of 3 flirt range on a white test. 34 is the best you can get from a close white, so we are going to need a green to finish that up in 3.
Really good pacing by Tflameee.
Yeah, definitely doing well on the clock so far. That was an unexpected little spin out of conversation, but not the kind of thing that's normally going to get caught, and I don't think Lazybear saw it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wonder what we're doing in this empty conversation now. I thought that we wanted to go flirt now.
Either way, 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play. Puts Tflameee not so strongly on pace as they were earlier on. They've spent a fair bit of time delaying, but with Section Target reading out windows once again, we should be able to get this flirt off, and it's not a green test! 99% on the flirt is where we stand at the moment, as Tflameee steps into an innocent conversation after the fact with under 1 minute and 40 to play. Into statues we go. Center statues here had a print on it, but this looks like it's going to be a green swap frame instead. Sees that the list has changed, just takes the shot. Lazybear not fooled. And that is going to be our third, count them, third sniper win of the match.
Yeah, Tflameee trying to frame someone, but the sniper not buying it.
Indeed. Off to gallery we go next. Lazybear on the spy side versus Tflameee on the sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Gallery at high level is really really popular venue. I feel like.
Yeah, it is. It's the spies are able to do a good job of mitigating a lot of the challenges of this venue once you've played it quite a lot. Early 51% flirt certainly does help with that as well. So it looks like we're just going to hang out here and wait to see if we can try to find a timer flirt as Toby makes his rounds around the conversation. Getting flirt done in 2 is always a relief on this venue because it's one where the Section Target can occasionally be hard to track down. Section Target steps away at the bad moment and immediately steps back in! So the second flirt does come off cleanly, but it's only 85% because we hit a white test on the second. There's the green test purloin as we step away.
Really sneaky purloin.
You love to see it. Two minutes 25 to play as Lazybear heads all the way out to the front conversation. An innocent front conversation at that.
Really trying to come clean for this purloin.
Interesting. Saw the purloin gone and got low lit for having been out front when it happened, despite having run there after the fact. So Lazybear on a low light right now. That's huge.
Really, really nice play by Lazybear. Smart choice.
Indeed. This back conversation is in the corner here is occasionally a dangerous place to be for exactly this reason. Tries to take the reverse drive-by bug, but takes the shot on it just a split second too late. And by the time that arm is fully extended, the ambassador's out of range.
Barely doesn't work, but we are on the driver's seat here, so plenty of options to finish missions here.
Absolutely. Still a minute to play. Just not a ton of time, but with that low light, we should be able to get away with a lot. Unfortunately, it's not something Lazybear is aware of.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
The bug on the way into Green Bookcase is invisible, but would have been very suspicious were he not... Actually was suspicious enough to take him all the way up to a highlight from low light. Print as well taken here. So that was a lot of progress, but a huge swing in suspicion.
Yeah, probably contact is the best option here, but...
Into the statues to take this last print, a very obvious one. What does Tflameee do on reaction? It's going to be overtime. Does he take the correct shot? Indeed he does. And Tflameee is able to hold it within 2. It's 5-7.
Yeah, really interesting that he came back from a low light to a actually a highlight, and then finishing with a shot.
Gallery, the second set on this venue is where we go. Tflameee back on the spy side versus Lazybear's sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it. I think the stream dropped. Okay. Do we keep going or do we start from the top of this game? Okay. Yes, Lazybear up 5-7, I believe. Second round of gallery games.
What happened? The stream dropped?
Yeah. So when we come back, I think it's going to be second round of gallery games. Tflameee on Spy as Rocker.
Tflameee on spy. Okay, I got it.
Yep.
Tflameee as spy as rocker, or
Yes.
yeah, okay.
All right. All right. So back at it, 5-7, the current scoreline. In case, I'm not quite sure what was going on with the stream. We were having some technical difficulties. We're back. Hopefully, things are sorted. It's Tflameee on the spy side of gallery, our second set of the venue. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. So not doing anything crazy in the time of chaos. Takes a nice little dodge around the ambassador to make it clear that they're not doing anything untoward. As we settle in to try to get a look at what the party is doing and possibly chase down our seduction target as she goes outside. It takes them a moment to get there, but they do in fact get there. So we tuck in to the outside conversation with them and take the first flirt for 34%. Double Agent is also out here with us. So if the conversations in the back there start to fill up a little bit, never mind, we're actually just going to take it right away instead of waiting and take the bug while we're at it.
Wow, really good play.
That's a
The
very
sniper
fast
takes a
start
lot
from
of
Tflameee.
lowlights, but it was worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes if you take an slightly ill-advised, or at least an ill-advised seeming contact, that will keep the sniper busy with lowlights long enough that you're able to get away with something while they're doing it, and Tflameee was able to do just that. Second flirt is green to bring us up to 85%. And this is an enormous amount of early progress as we step into statues to try to keep the pace going. I think Tflameee is going to try to do a little bit of a mini rush here. Able to get both
absolutely.
the inspects.
It's the best play, I think. Finishing inspects and then going for a flirt.
Yeah. I'm expecting him to go back outside for the flirt. Instead, they just go statue to statue, which is very unusual. Not able to get anything extra off of this second statue visit. I think they're just kind of waiting to see where the seduction target lands, though I wouldn't have minded them going to the other statues to finish up the inspects. They actually do wind up going off to the other statues to finish up the inspects after a bit of bouncing. So this has been a very unusual feeling game for the Spy. Even if they do have a lot of progress here, it doesn't feel Spy-like.
No, it doesn't, but now we're backing out in the front conversation to try to finish flirt and end the game, hopefully.
Yep, should be able to be here early enough that even if the section target doesn't read, just barely. I think that was like one of the shortest window stays you can take. Unfortunately, not able to get the flirt done there, so we're chasing all the way back to what I thought was going to be the bookcase, but winds up just being a painting pad. That does finish the flirt. Lazybear doesn't look like they're suspicious enough of that to take a shot for it, and as they step back into conversation here, Tflameee returns the favor for the coughs that Lazybear gave them earlier on and gets back within one.
Yeah, absolutely. Like really, really nice contact into bug at the beginning of the game, and that's what settled the game down.
Absolutely. That really was the story of that one from the Spy side. Lazybear gets one more shot at it versus Tflamee's sniper here on gallery in 3, 2, 1, playing it. And it is going to be into this back conversation for the early flirt. Double Agent is here as well. So once a few more people land in conversations, we could absolutely do something with that. 34% on the first flirt. Back conversation has filled up nicely. The front conversation is doing okay, but a lot of people are actually coming in from outside right now, so still probably not the best time for it, and either way, the Double Agent has stepped away. So it's a moot point now, but Lazybear...
Yeah, probably waiting for the timer flirt here and then...
Yeah, absolutely. This back corner here can be a dangerous place for a Spy to be. It's where they like to hang out because of opportunities for behind the back bugs as the ambassador walks through, but none of those opportunities have yet presented themselves to Lazybear. The seduction target has stepped away as well, though the Double Agent has come back. Lazybear decides to step away to try to give chase to the seduction target, lands on a painting, and is able to get the flirt off of it for 64%. Not
Picks
a
an
ton.
innocent drink. Also.
Yeah. Innocent drink. Not a ton of early progress from Lazybear here. It's just the 2 flirts, minute and 5 left to play. He's put himself in opportunistic positions to try to find mission progress that comes to him, but nothing has really come to him, so he's going to have to start taking a much more active role in this from here on out.
Yeah, he has got to take action sooner rather than later.
That was a good attempt for it, trying to get in front of the ambassador for that bug, but ambassador steps away before it really happens, so just winds up throwing the arm out for no real gain. I really like the attempt, even if it didn't work out. And I think now we're behind the clock enough that we're heading out front to try to find a time ad here. Indeed we are. It is a green test, so that is going to be helpful moving forwards. Can't do anything with the ambassador when we're that exposed, so out for the last flirt is where we're headed now. If it comes off in time, it is green, which I think was necessary, but it does come off in time. Not able to do anything with the guest list either. I thought maybe we would have tried a shenanigan-y green purloin, but we did not. Instead, it's into the statues for a print and a pair of inspects. So flirt done, 2 inspects, 1 print, minute to play. We're a bit behind the clock here, especially because the double agent has not found their way into conversation again.
Yeah, we either need another time ad or a rush.
And it's very difficult to do a rush when the double agent isn't playing nice. Though they have finally landed in the front conversation, and Lazybear immediately takes that moment to go hunt them down. 40 seconds to play. It's not a great time for the contact, but we've lost the ability to be picky, so the double agent steps away as we take the contact. It's disaster time for Lazybear. Tries to take the bug through the conversation, but mistimes it. Can't hit the bug. We've got safety off on the back of our head as well. Not that we were able to actually finish any of the missions we tried to. It just didn't work out for Lazybear. And as the time runs out, it's Tflameee who's able to bring it back within 1.
Yeah.
Oh, 7-6 for Tflameee. Okay. Okay, I had missed something there then. Brilliant. So that's Tflameee up by 1 then, as they step into the spy side of gallery to try to cement that lead and find themselves a couple of match points. Lazybear on the sniper, trying to keep things level in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Curious to see that we have chosen one of the slowest characters in SpyParty.
And it looked like we tried to go for that instant book cheese, but got caught up on Irish before we were able to make it happen. So we had to divert out to this conversation. Luckily, we had our seduction target here, and we're able to get a quick, close green flirt for 51%. Smallman as suspected double agent, which is very unfortunate. Section target has stepped away, and we're paying a lot of attention there. I think we might try to do a little bit of nonsense at the blue bookcase to try to find a way into this fingerprint after we put our book down. But we are able to take a second flirt, which brings us up to 78%. And the bug as the ambassador steps into conversation beside us. So that's a big start for Tflameee.
Yeah, he gets away with it clean.
Blue bookcase is too exposed now to try to do any book nonsense, but if he wants to drop it there, he should be able to get away with it, considering what he tried early in the game. Goes
that's precisely
wide
what we go
there
for.
to make it clear that they're not trying to hide. And the book goes back down, and that's 2 hardtails done. Bug and transfer microfilm both out of the way. Still
Now
a
we
minute
just
and 40.
need flirt and contact to
Absolutely.
end the game.
It's a good situation for Tflameee, to be sure. As they step into conversation with their seduction target, immediately takes the flirt to finish that mission up. 1 more mission to go, and the double agent is on their way. They wind up joining conversation with us. There's the contact. That is effectively
Banana bread.
unshootable. If they weren't able to find the bug or the transfer, I don't think there was any way back into that for Lazybear. Tflameee gets to 8 first and has 2 match points on the last venue, which is going to be Courtyard.
Really nice game from the spy side.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get into the last venue. It's Lazybear on the spy side first, who needs both these wins, versus Tflameee, who takes the sniper side first. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
We've seen Courtyard from a bronze perspective. Now we will see from a platinum perspective. So let's see what the differences are.
Yep. Able to chase to the window for the seduction target early on, so a quick 51% flirt off the top of the game is always helpful, and it's going to be an early statue visit for Lazybear instead of waiting to around the minute 30 mark. Like usual, tries to get away from the statue before getting noticed for the swap, but absolutely gets caught for it. Did get the swap off and hasn't died for it yet, but I'm pretty sure at this point Tflamee's just
Banana
waiting
bread.
for an excuse. The banana split is likely that excuse.
Yeah.
The shot comes off.
Too much evidence that that Alice is the spy there.
Yeah.
So he takes
I
the
like
shot.
the attempt, but wasn't able to make it work, wasn't able to get away with it. And it's Tflameee who gets it done 9-6.
All right. Well, that was a little. I'm not sure what's going on with my internet there. It kind of was dying for most of it. It seems to be back to normal now, which is a little too late, but that's okay. That was actually a pretty good set. Good job to Tflameee. I mean, Lazybear is not
Absolutely.
an easy opponent to go against.
Snipers were having a surprisingly hard time this.
Yes, this felt like I think we had a similar incident last week with Platinum, where it was like an unusual number of spy wins. So maybe Platinum got together and just decided, take it easy on the
spy's
sniper.
time to shine.
Yeah, like Platinum is a spy's division. We'll see if that repeats next week.
Indeed. That's going to do it for us tonight. Thanks a ton for everybody who came out to watch. For those of you who may not have been here before, this game is called SpyParty. You can get it on Steam or at SpyParty.com for $25. I recommend getting it on the website because you get a Steam key anyways, and the creator gets a little bit more of your money that way. If you've been around for a little while and are interested in getting into the competitive side of this game, discord.gg/SpyParty is the place to be. There's always stuff going on and a ton of lovely people happy to help you out.
Yep. Thank you all again. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more smooth next time. We must be getting towards the end of it. I don't know how many weeks this SCL goes this time, but I think the previous was around 10 or so, so we must be getting towards the end. So some final matches should be coming up soon. That will be exciting. There'll be even longer sets for us to watch.
Always stuff to look forward to.
Thank you, Obi-Wan. Hopefully we'll get you back here in the caster seat again.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it has been a lot of fun, and thank you everybody for watching. See y'all next time.